Good afternoon, folks. Big Bo here with another great trade-in Class A motorhome value from Parkway RV Center. Today we're going to look at one I traded for a week or so ago out of South Georgia. This is a 1999 Allegro. This is the 31 non-slide unit. I love how simple the model numbers were back then. So 31 non-slide. That's the official model number from Allegro. So it's 32 feet long, bumper to bumper. It's only got 26,000 miles. Folks just drove it a little over 200 plus miles here to trade it. Generator, it's a 5500 Onan generator running right now. It's powering both air conditioners and everything else inside of it. Built on the very popular P30 chassis, about the last year of the P30 chassis. But it's got that high torque 454 Vortec V8, folks. And when these older motorhomes, that 454 has a lot more torque than the Ford engines had in 1999. That's why people, the way they were geared, people liked them a lot better for towing stuff. It does have a 5,000 pound hitch on the back, and it'll tow that, snatch it down the road as fast as you want to go in a vehicle this size. 32 feet long. Ideal for older campgrounds and state parks that can accommodate the bigger coaches. Now, I would classify this as average condition for this year model. I mean, it is 18 years old, but the outside, I mean, is in good shape for what it is. Rear roof access ladder, still got the Georgia tag on it. Got the spare tire on the back. Tires look good. Like I said, they just drove it almost 250 miles here. So motorhome runs and drives good. I did drive it when we traded for it. It shifts good, runs like it's supposed to. And you would expect it to with only 26,000 miles. And folks, believe me, I've looked online, and just on Chattanooga Craigslist this morning, somebody else had this exact same motorhome in a 28-foot, an Allegro, with 106,000 miles on it. They're asking $19,900 for it, and it only has one air in the smaller generator. This particular one, folks, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, because for those of you who watch my videos, I don't hide anything. I mean, I disclose everything even when I don't have to. This unit, according to the Carfax that I pulled on it, was involved in a flood in 2008. And normally I wouldn't trade for vehicles that's been involved in a flood or previous salvage or anything like that, unless it happened a long time ago. And obviously this motorhome's been used for the past 9 years since that happened, and obviously hasn't affected it. In fact, this went through 2 owners since it was in that flood, and it was issued a rebuilt Georgia title. Not a salvage, but a rebuilt. And what that means is that it has been rebuilt. The motorhome's been rebuilt and inspected by the state of Georgia, and it was certified safe to use on public highways. Big difference between a rebuilt and a salvage title. Salvage title, you can't legally drive on the road. You can't legally get a tag until you rebuild it, have it inspected. And trust me, folks, that's a pain in the butt. I bought a car several years ago with a salvage title. I had to take it, and back then I had to go to 40, 50 miles away from here to have it inspected. I had to have it inspected 3 times before it passed. And I can't imagine what you'd have to go through on an RV. But the good news about it is, if you live in Georgia, you don't have to have this inspected. Since it's the current Georgia rebuilt title, you don't have to have it re-inspected. And every state's different, so you need to check with your state's DMV office about what the proper procedure is to title a Georgia rebuilt title. It's already inspected in Georgia. It's passed. It's ready to go. And I have to disclose that, folks. And you know, if the flood had happened 1 or 2 years ago, and it happened in Alabama, by the way, that's where this unit originally came from. In fact, they're built in Red Bay, Alabama. But if it happened 1 or 2 years ago, I'd be worried about it. But obviously, the previous owners owned it for several years. They put probably almost 20,000 miles on it since the flood. It's obviously served its purpose, and it's been a pretty good motorhome for them. So I wouldn't let that worry you too much, because the that part of it, the rebuilt title, that's reflected in the price of $12,900. That's why it's $12,900, not $19,900. Now, folks, of course, because of the age of it and the condition, we're selling it as is. But, I mean, I'm going to show you the generator works. I'm going to show you both roof airs work and the fridge works, plus all the lights. So you know all your major stuff's fine. And the people were just using this motorhome before they traded it. They just wanted a diesel motorhome, so they winded up trading for a really nice Monaco diesel. Let's look inside. Roughing it smoothly, folks. Allegros are great units. Power stepped, works good. Inside, I mean, it's pretty clean. It's not perfect, folks. There's no such thing as a used 99 model that's perfect, but it's pretty nice. Carpet, got a couple little stains on it, but it's the original carpet. Still looks good. So I got a couple of, somebody walked in here with some greasy shoes on. It's a P30 chassis, got a CD stereo. Generator has got 657 hours on it. It's a 5500 Onan. So it runs great. 26,756 miles to be exact. Dash looks good. Windshield looks good. Got one little spot over there where they probably had a leak at one time from the windshield. It doesn't look like it's fresh, so I'm sure that's long been repaired. But like I said, I point out everything, folks, because I don't want you driving up here hundreds of miles and this is not everything that I said it was, good or bad. Got the day-night shades, got a sleeper sofa, got a table and chairs. You know, if you just want to nitpick it to death, you might change out this little piece of carpet. To be honest with you, I wouldn't worry about it for what you're buying it for. It really doesn't matter. Roof air is cold. Both airs work. I've got both airs running. Fridge is on. Walk through, you got a rear bedroom. I mean, you can see right here. Get that off there. You can see it's blowing out the 30s out the vent. I've got both airs on. Both airs running off a generator. Looks like the little CRT TV's missing back here, but that's no big deal. And you can see around, I don't see any water stains or anything around the windows. Queen Island bed in the back. Got a side closet right here. Of course, I know it's dark in there. You really can't see it, but you know, got this original laminate floor like they used to put in them. Of course, the shower's stained. You know, that all this plastic does that when it gets 15, 20 years old, is that plastic turns yellow. That's common. You can actually paint that if you wanted to. Skylight looks good around it. RV toilet, big medicine cabinet. Of course, you got a door right here that close it off. Got a built-in coffee maker. Like I said, table and chairs, stovetop oven, microwave. Microwave works, so that's one other thing you can cross off your list. Refrigerator. -2, and of course the fridge in the 50s. So that works. You know, folks, and I know that title issue may throw some of you off, but there's a lot of you that's not going to bother you because it's an older coach anyway. It really doesn't matter. I mean, the thing is 18 years old, 19 years old, and the fact that it's been used for almost 10 years after the flood means it's probably still a pretty good motorhome. I mean, no motorhome's perfect. Like I said, it's not perfect, but you know, at least we're showing you the generator and the fridge and the airs work. You know, you can crank it up. Get over here. I mean, the motorhome doesn't have that exhaust manifold leak like you hear in a lot of the older 454s. Got Got the auto park brake and all that stuff. Like I said, folks, it is what it is. It's an older motor home. It's $12,900. That's a haggle-free price. Now keep in mind, with that rebuilt title status, you may have very limited financing available. As a matter of fact, of course, the way this thing's priced, you can just go to your local bank or credit union, get a loan. I mean, there's no need to go a long-term loan on $12,900. So just go into your local bank or credit union and see what they can do for you on financing if you need financing. But like I said, make sure you check with your DMV about the procedures you have to go through for a Georgia rebuilt title. Of course, if you're a Georgia resident, you don't have to worry about that because we do the title work for you. Because a licensed bonded RV dealer, as the oldest licensed bonded RV dealer in the state of Georgia, we are required to do title work for all Georgia buyers. All out-of-state buyers are responsible for your title work in your state, and every state's a little different, so that's your responsibility to know your state's laws and titling procedure for a rebuilt title, not ours. Georgia residents, of course, is $12,900 plus TAVT tax, which is what Georgia now calls sales tax. All out-of-state residents will sign a form here. They'll pay their sales tax when you tag and title this motor home at your local DMV office in your home state. You'll pay your state's sales tax rate. Some states use sales tax, like Georgia, based off the book value, not the sales price. Some states charge sales tax off the sales price. And it's confusing, folks. I know, believe me, we've been dealing with it for years. But, you'll just have to call your local DMV office in your home state and see what the procedure is. $12,900 will trade. Give us a call, 706-965-7929. It's going to make somebody a good motorhome. I know when hunting season now coming up, this is something you can sleep a couple of guys in. You got room in the floor for an air mattress if you need more sleeping. You've got a generator, so y'all can always have power even when you're out in the woods boondocking, and more. Got onboard holding tanks, hot water heater, furnace, all that good stuff, folks. So, you're buying a really nice self-contained motorhome with 26,000 miles for less than what you're going to spend on a decent used travel trailer. And this is all self-contained. Just crank it up and go anywhere you want to go, folks. 26,756 miles, 454 Vortex Chevrolet engine, 7.4 liter to be exact. Georgia trade-in from South Georgia, Dallas, Georgia to be exact, and more. Give us a call, 706-965-7929. Evenings and Sundays, 423-605-6747. Visit our website, parkwayrvcenter.com or .net. We've got a lot of nice motorhomes, folks. We've got something for pretty much everybody's budget. We've got Class A's starting at $99.95 that we've taken in on trade. I've got Class C's, Class B's, travel trailers, fifth wheels. Folks, I've got the largest in-stock selection of over 170 used RVs. The largest in-stock selection of any dealer within a 500-mile radius of us. If you want to come to Georgia and you want to see the largest selection of used RVs in one of the largest selections in the South, you need to come by here, folks. We've got great prices. We don't have any extra fees. We don't add dock fees, prep fees, and freight fees, and tag and title fees, and all that junk, folks. The price is haggle-free, so you don't have to spend days going back and forth. And I know there's still some of you like to haggle. So, folks, for those of you who like to haggle, I'll price this thing $19,900. We can spend 2 or 3 days going back and forth, getting it down to where it is now. But at the end of the day, all we've done is waste each other's time when you could have bought it for that haggle-free price to begin with and saved all that time and trouble. And when you sell almost 600 used RVs a year like we do with 4 non-commissioned salespeople, we just don't have time for haggling. But just every deal, every one of my salespeople are working several deals at the same time. They just don't have time to go back and forth on something as petty as negotiating. So we just put the best price out there. And we learn too, folks, that when you have a low price like we do, you attract a lot more buyers than instead of pricing it for $19.9 like everybody else is. Because, people will travel for a good deal on an RV, because used RVs are so hard to find, and a $12.9 price used RV with 26,000 miles is even harder. But anyway, folks, give us a call, 706-965-7929. Drop us an email, or better yet, you can email us at sales@parkwayrvcenter.com, or better yet, come visit us in person, folks. We've got such a large selection that I pretty much can promise you, if you visit us in person, no matter how far you have to travel, you're going to find something here that you want to buy. And even if this is not for you, if you want one that's checked out, ready to go, if you want to go up on your price range a little bit, I've got lots of options for you, folks. If you want a motorhome checked out, ready to go for $16.9, I've got options for you. If you want them checked out, ready to go for $19.9, I've got options for you. I've got diesels at $29.9, $32.9. I mean, I've got a great selection and a broad range of prices. RV motorhomes from $69.95 to $140,000, and each and everything in between. So, it's like I said, when you have 170 used RVs like we do, if we don't have it, you don't need it. Thank you for watching my video. If you have any questions, call us, email us. Visit our website, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the social media platforms. I advertise on 20 of the most popular websites on the internet today, and more. Again, thanks for watching, folks. This unit's $12.9 while it lasts. Come get it, come look at it, come drive it. You're going to be impressed for that price, how much RV that you're getting here. But anyway, hope to see you soon in beautiful Ringgold, Georgia.